Elliott Wald, addiction specialist. Coming clean with me.
Hello, my name is Elliott Wald, addiction specialist, and welcome to another episode of Coming Clean with Me. In the studio today is my guest, DJ Jumpin Jack Frost, legendary acid house and rave DJ, pioneer of jungle and drum and bass. And his early career success, he grappled with the darker side of fame, leading to substance abuse. And in his memoir, Big, Bad and Heavy, published in 2017, Nigel bravely opened up about his battles with anxiety, depression and drugs. Nigel, thank you for coming here today. My pleasure,
my man. Thank you for having me, sir.
My pleasure. Let's just dive straight in. Tell me what it was like growing up in Brixton and how the music industry saved you.
Well, I grew up in a very, very tough environment. You know what I mean? Like, there was like gangs, police harassment, loads of like role models that weren't really good role models. And all I knew was what I saw. As I say, you're a product of your environment, right? So what I saw was gangs, fighting, a lot of violence, and just bad situations, which I then followed, do you know what I mean, into.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's quite difficult to do anything other than what I done, you know. It's quite difficult.
How did you first get introduced to drugs?
I smoked marijuana ever since I was very, very young. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And funny enough, I never took A-class drugs until I was in my 30s.
How did that come about?
I just like being around girls, party. I was on top of the world, DJing all over the world. Just, you know, now and again, people say, oh, some of this, and you have a line here, a line there.
How it starts.
And you know, next thing you know, you're buying a half a gram, you're buying a gram, and then it escalates. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, you know, 20 years later.
It all seems fun at the beginning, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's funny because you don't realise until it's got you that you were in it. How long ago did you get clean?
I've been clean for a year and a half.
Nice.
Year and a half. I don't drink anything.
No alcohol?
No, because alcohol is a trigger.
For you?
For me, it's a trigger.
Yeah.
Because I don't like drinking. I don't like the taste of alcohol. I just find it like, I don't see the point of it. But if I have a line, I'll have a drink. And if I have a drink, I'll think about making that call. Do you know what I mean? For two drinks, I don't think, hold on a minute, do you know what I mean?
It's funny, I
dropped it all out, so that way, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think there are two different types of people. I think there are people who can drink in moderation, like 1-2 drinks, 3 max in certain people, and there are people where it's certainly a gateway.
Yeah.
For you, it's a gateway.
Gateway, straight away.
Right.
Because for me, if I have a glass of wine, it will take me a whole evening to drink that glass of wine. It's horrible. I'm just like, But if I have a thing, boom, it's all over, mate.
Yeah.
Then I don't want a glass of wine no more. I want half a bottle of brandy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, a bit of Courvoisier.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah, that's the one, bruv.
So at your height, you know, how did it escalate? How much were you using? How often?
Well, listen, first of all, I was taking cocaine and I was smoking crack cocaine. But I wasn't piping. I was just smoking fucking joints and having 1 rock per spliff, which is fucking insane.
You were putting a rock into the spliff?
Yeah.
Because I remember back in the days, in the very, very early days when at the very early days when I was using coke, for me personally, like maybe at the end of the night, a little spliff with coke in to like chill down a little bit.
Yeah.
But you're talking about proper crack in it, yeah?
I'm fucking putting a rock, like a whole rock, in a joint and smoking it. And what I'm doing, I'm rolling 3 at a time. So I could just smoke one and another one, then another one. It's just fucking like, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I went to rehab. Dropped the fucking crack out.
Yep.
Then started thinking, then I thought, it's all right. I don't have crack no more. I don't have a sniff. Really, it's like...
Did you still... So you stopped cracking, but you were still sniffing?
Yeah, because at the time, I was more doing crack. I wasn't really sniffing. So I switched the crack for the sniff.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
And at that point, how often were you using sniff?
Only at the weekends.
So you were a Friday and Saturday guy?
Yeah, that's it.
Were you DJing at the same time?
Yeah. And I was fucking appalling. I mean, I was all over the place.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? Not turning up for gigs. Your standards, you just think, oh, fuck it. Do you know what I mean? It's like horrible. Like,
And yet it's so accepted in the music industry, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. It's like now, because I'm such a perfectionist and I'm my own worst critic, and I think to myself, I can't believe some of the choices I made when I was on it. Like some of the people that I talk to, some of the, like, do you know what I mean? Like I do things that just like get on it and start messaging girls and like girls that you wouldn't even fucking look at. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
After time,
Yeah,
you wouldn't even look at these girls, but you're fucking messaging girls, all right, babe, and all that. Like, what the fuck?
How did you feel the next morning when you wake up?
Mate, how did I feel when I got fucking caught out? I mean, like a few times.
Yes.
And I feel like, what the fuck have I done?
So you got your missus in the bed with you,
like,
and you're messaging.
Like, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? These are the kind of things that I've done, mate.
Yeah, I think
I've done it over and over again. Do you know what I mean? Not just once, over and over again.
Yeah.
And really, sometimes you've got no intention to do fuck all, but it's just that devil, that thing. It turns you into something that you're not. Do you know what I mean? Because I look now and I think some of these people that I see now, they go, oh, hello, you all right? And you think, fucking hell, I was really having it with you. I was really talking to you like that, yeah? I would never in a fucking million years.
Yeah.
But look at you. Do you know what I mean? Look at what you're doing. Do you know what I mean?
Perversion.
And you look back now because I've had to have therapy, everything, mate, to just sort me right out, get myself back to how I was. And you look back and you think, fuck me, mate. What the fuck? You know what I mean?
I'll tell you a funny story. I told this to Dapper on his podcast. This wasn't me. Honestly, it really wasn't me. But a friend of mine, right, who we used to...
Yeah?
No, on all honesty, it was a friend. You're right, Ray. Shouldn't say that because people who know me will know. Anyway, sorry, mate. So
Under the bus.
4 o'clock in the morning, right? You know, when you've been on it and you're doing all that messaging. So he says to me, one night we're sessioning, I says, what's the worst thing you've ever fucking done? He said, L, I messaged my mum's best friend at 4 a.m, all of these things. And the next day I'm thinking, that's my mum's best friend.
Fuck, mate.
You done that?
Nah. Mate, I've done fucking, you just think, but I could actually, like, I could put myself in that position because when you're buzzing, everything's a good idea. What a great idea. Let me fucking in it. And you think, what the funny thing about it? I've done it multiple times, not just once. I never learnt from that mistake. You do it again and you do it again and you do it again.
Of course you do.
And you think, as soon as you have a fucking whistle, boom, straight away your head starts going and it's getting us in that mode.
Most people are in Viva Street by then.
Mate, I can't be having it, mate. Now I look back, I'm like, did really? Really? Do you know what I mean? And you know what the funny thing about it? I just had enough of it one day. I just thought, I've had enough of this shit. I never thought I'd be able to do it like that. I always thought I'd have to go and rehab again or something.
Okay.
But one day I just thought, fuck this. Do you know what I mean? My girl went, this went, a couple of my friends died. Yeah. And I just thought, you know what? Fuck this. And I never looked back, mate. Never looked back.
Fantastic.
Never looked back. But I got enough respect for that little devil to know never to underestimate it, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Keep the fuck away from me with that shit, bro.
Yeah, you're right. You know right. What happened to the people? I call it your tribe. That tribe of people that you might have used with, socialised with, done.
You got to drop them. Everyone's got to go. Everyone's got to go. Everyone's got to go. Do you know what I mean? Unless you're on that same path with me, I've got to drop you out. I'm sorry, you got to go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know.
But for you, I'm just thinking now, for you, it must have been, like for some people, they can not go to the pub, not go to a bar, not be in that environment. They can choose to do that. But this is your living.
Yeah, but you know the thing about it, and I think to be honest with you, I was one of the last people to leave the party anyway. A lot of the other lot have all fucking grown up. And I was one of the last ones, so there wasn't many people left for me to hang around with anyway.
I was on my own anyway.
I was on my own anyway. You know what I mean? It was like everyone else had fucked off and grown up, and I was the last one still fucking being a mug, mugging myself off.
Yeah. I think I read a lot of research to do with addictions all the time. Obviously, it's my profession. And I was reading something a few months back about impulsivity. Yeah. So what they're saying now is people who are more impulsive are more likely to have a tendency to have addiction. Would you say you're impulsive?
Very impulsive. Mate. I'll tell you something, I will not change that about myself though, because I think that's how I get a lot of my a lot of my ideas, just very, like I can think of something in the middle of the night, boom, and I'm going to do it. Do you know what I mean? But now, the impulsive things are productive, whereas before, they could have been counterproductive and been detrimental, or a decision that you just think, why the fuck did I do that? Now, my impulsiveness is more productive, so, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So you
Whereas before, my impulsive fucking nature will get me bang in trouble, mate. I'll be bang in trouble. Oh, fucking hell, mate. The amount of things I've done.
Come on. Share something with the viewers and listeners. What's one of the worst things you've done off your tits?
Well, I'll tell you what I've done. Before, I was one of the first DJs to ever play in Dubai.
Okay.
This is before I knew you could get banged up for a fucking grain of anything. I'm snorting in the fucking airport wearing a long Gucci black Mac, and I've got a blonde hair 6-foot girl with me, snorting. We're both having a toot in the toilet. Go to get in the plane to Dubai, snorting all the way there. Stop in Qatar, snorting in the fucking toilet in the airport in Qatar. Getting a connecting flight to Dubai, snorting all the way there. Somehow walk through customs, snorting in the fucking in a hotel, smoking joints, buzzing all the way through. Come back. Someone's gone, you know you can get banged up over there, don't you?
Seriously?
They said, you do know you could get banged up over there, don't you?
But
I'm off my nut.
Yeah. Wow.
All the way through.
Because they're serious out there.
I'm off my nuts all the way through, Elliot. Bang.
Did you learn from that, though?
Mate, I did learn from it.
What, don't go back to Dubai?
No, just like fucking... No, but I've done it again. I went to Canada and done the same thing.
That's what I'm wondering. See, here's the thing.
It's a pattern. I went to Canada, I thought, I can't fucking go all that fucking way on the flight and not have a line. So I've fucking battered about a 2 grams on the flight, and oi, and I'm ding, 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 oi.
Air hostess's worst nightmare.
Ding. Well, things are spilling drinks. Fuck's sake. Drop me out.
Wow.
Done it. Like, yeah.
And we don't see that at the time.
Snorting all the fucking way to Toronto. Like, getting off, like, all right, get to the customs like that.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, sir, you all right? Yeah. What the fuck? Who does things like that? Me, that's who. You know what I mean? For fuck's sake.
Reading through some of the stuff that my researchers asked you, you talk about the anxiety that you had and suffered with. Can you expand on that for me?
I think it might have, I don't know if it was down to excessive drug use, but I do suffer badly with anxiety. Sometimes I have to stop myself from panicking over something that's not happened yet. Something that is it's not even gonna take place until 5 weeks' time. I'm getting anxious about it already. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. When you get that anxiety, I'm just interested.
Yeah.
Do you get a physical symptom from that?
Yeah, I get fucking
Describe
sweaty.
it.
I get sweaty. I get really lightheaded as well.
Yeah.
And sometimes I got to sit down, mate, and I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
you know what? I'm going to explain this for you because as a psychologist, let's explain how that works. So what you're experiencing, the symptoms you're experiencing is called fight or flight, which we all know about, right? So imagine that you and I are here together in this studio and a fucking lion comes in, right? And I say to you, Nigel, there's a fucking lion in the studio. And you're like, there's a lion, right? And your heart rate starts to increase and your breathing increases and you're fueling your red blood cells to fuel your muscles to do one or two things, right? I say to you, Nigel, do you reckon we can do it? Can we do the lion? And you're like, yeah, let's do the lion. We beat the lion up, right? And after the lion's been beaten up, our physical symptoms, our fight or flight relaxes, reduces, and we're calm, right? Or I say to you, Nigel, can we do this lion? And you're like, no way, let's run. And we fucking chip, right? And once we get like a mile away and the lion's gone, we calm down. Now that fight or flight response, which is why your breathing, your respiratory system, why your blood vessels, your red blood cells are being fueled, is to fuel your muscles to either fight or to flee.
Yeah.
The problem is, in this society, who the hell are you going to beat up when it's yourself and who are you going to run away from?
Yeah.
And that's why you're stuck with that anxiety.
Right.
And you're kind of looking for a way out of it, right?
Oh, fuck's sake, constantly. I'll make a scenario up of nothing. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, it's fucking real. Like,
Was that a lot? Do you think that was a lot? Do you think you're using cause that, or do you think you used to try and get away from that?
I ain't got a daddy, bro. Do you know what I mean?
George,
I literally haven't got a clue.
I've lost my headphones.
You know what I mean?
But I could do it without.
Yeah, I literally haven't got a fucking clue.
Really?
You know what I mean? Nah. Or I ain't got a clue. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
What were the... George, can you just plug this back in for me? Sorry, everybody listening. 2 seconds. Oh, that'll do.
George can give it a nice little
That'll
edit.
do.
You hear yourself?
Good? Yeah.
I can't hear a word he's saying. Are these plugged in somewhere?
Oh, no, no.
Plugs here. This one. Okay. Yeah, you can tell this is on the fly because even when there's a problem in the studio... Oh, that's it. I can hear you. Okay. So tell me, what were the consequences of your addiction on both your personal and professional level? How did it impact you?
Well, on a personal level, I fucking lost so much, man. Girlfriends, money, fucking...
Oh, it must be for me. Hello,
Oh,
darling.
the fuck on a minute.
Hello, darling. How you doing?
1 sec. Yeah, I've lost, like...
Hi, I'm just on Coming Clean With Me podcast. Can you call me back a bit later? I'm fucking knee deep in it right now. And this man is sexy. Go on, how did it affect you on a personal level?
Yeah, on a personal level, like, fucking lost my girl, fucking just, like, fucked up some of my business, not turning up for gigs, got a reputation of someone that can't be fucking reliable. And, you know, in my business, your reputation is everything. If you're not reliable, you're fucked. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was, people just thought, you can't fucking put this guy, he's not going to fucking turn up. Or if he does turn up, he might be off his fucking nut. You know what I mean? And that's not good, you know what I mean? So, but I was running around like that for many years.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. So let me pick up on something. You said, I might not turn up. So what environment were you DJing that you just didn't turn up?
Mate, just be out and off, like, think, oh, I'll have a couple of lines before I go out, then have a couple of drinks and think, oh, fuck it, just get another packet.
So people have gone to a club to listen to hear you, and you ain't even there.
Nah, I thought, fuck it, I'll have a couple of lines before, and I thought, oh, fuck it, I can't be arsed, and just get some more gear. Do you know what I mean? And end up at home having a fucking toot. Do you know what I mean? And what the fuck? Do you know what I mean?
Did your using, like most people, right, social to antisocial, did you just end up using on your own?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ended up fucking doing that, buying things, planning it all out. Don't worry, you're around later on, yeah? Come and drop the thing off for me. Boom, just me there sitting there. Then the fucking phone comes out.
So you're looking for an opportunity when you can use and be alone, and then once you're using and you're off your nut.
Yeah, you start fucking messaging girls and all that bollocks. Like, fuck's sake, see what I mean?
What was the point what was the lowest point that you decided I need to do something about my whole drug?
Do you know what? I just think I was just fed up of, because you never really, after you come off the come down, it's the weekend again and it's the same thing again. And it's just constantly not being myself, being ratty, being argumentative, not being organised, not being able to, just being having a black cloud over me all fucking times, do you know what I mean? And then, like, look how beautiful life is now. It's fucking amazing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get you fully.
It's amazing, bruv.
I mean, I get that fully.
Life now is like, whoa.
Because the weekends you just kind of...
20 years I spent fucking around, like, in one way or another. 20 fucking years.
It's a big chunk of life, right?
Big chunk of life.
Yeah.
20 fucking years. Like, fucking off, like, well, really? Do you know what I mean? Life's too good for that shit, bro.
What do you think? What do you think you learnt from coming out of addiction? What have you learnt about yourself?
That I'm a fucking idiot. That I'm an idiot, and I'm fucking hard-headed, but I'm fucking smart. I'm very
hard-headed because you didn't listen to yourself.
I didn't listen to myself. You know what I mean? I didn't listen to my girl. I didn't listen to my fucking people that love me. You know what I mean? So many times, and I've just made excuses over and over again. It's for myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Got a few questions here that people have put together.
Yeah.
In your book, you're quoted as saying, I can't claim to be a model citizen throughout my life, but I like to think that I'll be a better person tomorrow than I am today. What does this reveal about your character?
I don't know. I'm a constant work in progress. I think I think I'm very spiritual now. Do you know what I mean? I go away I do retreats and stuff like that, and I'm very connected to myself. I do meditation, and I'm very spiritual. And I mean, every morning I wake up, I go to the gym and do a spinning class or some kind of exercise from 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I do a meditation, and then I listen to Joyce Meyer. Every morning I listen to Joyce, every morning without fail. That woman that saved my life. Do you know what I mean? I love her, man. I listen to Joyce every morning, and then I can start my day after listening to Joyce.
Wow.
That's a good way to start the day for me.
I think that's fucking awesome way to start the day, because you know what you just said to me? I got some structure in my life, Elliott. I got something I do every morning that I get up for, and then I do some meditation to do. So I do my physical side, then I do my mental side, and I'm listening to things that it's almost like a mantra.
Yeah.
It's a fucking great system to use.
Yeah. And I have that, and I mean, I live by it because obviously, because I wake up so early to go do my thing. By 9, 10 o'clock, I'm fading.
I'm the same,
and I'm ready to go again. And it creates a habit. That's a good habit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I love that. I love that, because I'll tell you something. I always say this. I say us people who have addictive personalities, right? We're all or nothing mentalities. We like to do everything to an extreme, and that's what we've done all our life. And I think, why not become addicted to something that's beneficial and healthy for you?
Exactly.
And that's exactly what you've picked up on.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, I'm lucky that I've got good friends around me and people that have influenced me, people that we spoke about, like Brandon Block.
Yeah, Brandon. So just for the listeners, because Nigel and I were talking as we came along, that one of the episodes coming out will be with Brandon Block, and of course Nigel will be DJ Jumpin Jack Frost.
It's like me and Brandon, we first played at Sunrise together, and this is like back
how long ago is that?
This is 1988.
I wasn't born. No,
So that's when I first met Brandon at a Sunrise party, and we've been very good friends.
Did you use together?
No, funny enough, we never used together. No,
because Brandon was fucking off his head.
Listen to me. Funny enough, we've never used together.
Wow.
Ever, not once, ever.
Wow. So you DJ'd in the same place, but you didn't use?
No, because I think that I went off and done a drum and bass thing. Brandon was doing his thing, and by the time we hadn't seen each other for years, and by the time we'd kind of got back like that, I think we're both on the mend. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're both kind of, Brandon had kind of healed himself, and he's helping me, giving me advice, and I'm healing. You know what I mean?
No, I get that.
So it was like more of a healing thing. Like recently, we both went away to a retreat together in Dorset with a few other friends of ours. Do you know what I mean?
All DJs together?
No, just like it was a holistic retreat.
Yeah, nice.
And a friend of ours, Lisa Nash, who's a TV presenter, another friend of mine, Dr. Rachel, who's a nutritionist, and a couple other, Paul Denan is an actor, you know what I mean? And a few of us just went there and had a nice holistic reset, you know what I mean? And it was just a beautiful 4 days. I like doing things like that now.
You know what, Nigel? If I'd have told you 20 years ago that you'll be at a holistic retreat when you were there off your nut, what would you have thought then?
I'd have said, drop me out, Elliot. I'd have said, drop me out. I'd have laughed, man. I'd have said, I'll come and get him out, man, and done another thing with him.
Yeah. So listen, you must come across quite a few up-and-coming young DJs who are still using.
Yeah.
Do you ever say anything? Do they ever ask you? Do you ever talk to them about it? Do you ever,
Not really, because I think what I do now, I separate myself from any environment where that could be, as much as possible. So I won't really be in the same. And if I see someone doing it, I'm not gonna. While you're doing that, just do it. Innit? I'm not gonna start preaching.
You're not evangelical.
Nah,
like, you're Satan.
Nah, if you're doing your thing, do it.
Yeah.
If there's an opportunity where I could say something, it might be later. Do you know what I mean? But while you're doing your thing, it's just get on with it, crack on, innit? Maybe later on, I might see you and say something like, you know what, but at the time, it's not nice, is it?
No, I agree with you. You're right. You know what? You actually are very right, because they're not going to be reciprocating what you're telling them at that moment in time.
Fuck off, you can. I want to have a whistle.
Yeah. You became an advocate and mentor for mental health awareness.
Yeah.
You're giving lots of talks about it, mental health in the music industry. What would you say to individuals who are struggling with addiction, firstly? Listen,
addiction's an illness. Yeah, it's an illness first and foremost. you know. Talk to people, reach out to someone, you know. Sometimes just that one phone call to someone can save your life. You know what I mean? And it's never too late to turn your life around. Ever too late to turn your life around. And you know, everyone's got their low point. Sometimes you have to hit that low point before you will go and get help or admit that you need help. So I just hope that, you know, people don't let that low point be, you know what I mean, fatal to other people. You know what I mean? There's a lot of help out there now. And if you're a young DJ and you're listening to this and you see me, you can come to me and you can talk to me.
Nice.
And I'll be more than willing to speak to any one of you out there, you know, or never feel that you can't approach me to talk about this, because I'm open to talk to anyone. You can come to me at any time.
Yeah, I think that's a solidarity between people who've had an addiction and dealt with the addiction, that they're always open to help people or give a bit of. They don't want to be. I don't want to push something on somebody.
No.
But if they want to listen, you know, I hear that with Brandon. Yeah. I hear that with
Brandon does absolutely.
Yeah, he does.
Work.
I hear that with DJ Pat Wilson.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard that with DJ Matt Ross. I've heard it. No, that's just in the DJ industry.
Yeah.
But I hear this a lot, and a lot of people I mix with want to share their experiences so that other people don't have to go down that same road. Yeah. Just going to go right back to the beginning of this conversation where you said when you were brought up in Brixton and that environment, there is a thing saying nature or nurture. In other words, were you genetically predisposed to have an addiction, or was it your environment and the people you were around that presented itself for you to end up having addiction? What do you think that was?
I don't know. I think it might. I don't know. I think it might be a bit of both, you know. I think it might be a bit of both. I think that my environment definitely didn't help me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And especially the career I was in and what I was exposed to didn't help either, because it's everywhere, you know. Yeah. But, you know, at the end of the day, that's no excuse, because I spent many of my earlier years in the business saying no. And say, no fucking way, not just no.
What was that?
I don't know what the fuck happened.
What happened?
Because as I got older,
yeah,
where I'm meant to get wiser, I turned into a silly cunt. You must be wiser when you get older, not turn into a mug. That's what happened. Because when I was younger, 19, 20, 21, when I was really making my way, I was like, no way. Like, do you want a thing? No. I'll be like, no. And then fucking 35 years old, I'm like...
Is that when you started?
Something like that.
You started at 35?
Yeah.
Wow, you're late to the party.
I was late to the party, mate. But I think I went with all the cake one day, like, come on, give me it. I'm going to fucking catch up. Hey! Yeah, I was fucking late, mate. I don't know what the fuck happened. You know, you'd have thought that I'd have passed that stage.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I fucking waited till I got late. And then I fucking... try to play catch up. Do
you think, I mean, you've had a fabulous career, but do you think that there have been times that using has fucked your career?
I don't know. I'm
not really, where you are here, but you may have had to go a diverted route to get to where you are.
Definitely, because I was my own worst enemy. I was stopping myself. I was blocking my own blessings by my behaviour and by self-destructive behaviour. Do you know? It's almost like trying to fucking destroy your own self, your own plans, everything that you work for. You're out to destroy your own, everything you work for, you know? Yeah. Like fucking not turning up, being unreliable, doing bad work. None of these things are going to help you fucking get more work, are they?
Yeah. How much do you think you spent in your 20 years of using?
Fuck's sake. God knows.
Put a figure on it.
I'd hate to think.
Come on, tell me.
I don't know. It's frightening. I don't know. I'd hate to think. I'd hate to say. Fucking hell. That's frightening.
Come on. Put a pound sign on it.
$500,000.
$500,000. And now, how much money do you think you've lost from gigs or opportunities or things that you didn't do because of using? How much would you put on that?
A couple of $100,000.
So we're coming close to $500,000, $200,000, 700,000, give or take. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money, right?
A lot of dough.
But you know what? You can't go back and change what you've done. But what you've done is change the present and the future.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So gonna finally, what words of encouragement would you give to someone who's struggling right now with their addiction?
Listen, if you're struggling, man, just, tomorrow's another day. You know what I mean? Tomorrow's another day. You can make it through this. Do you know what I mean? There was days I thought, fucking hell, how am I gonna do this, man? Do you know what I mean? And put it this way: whether you do it or you don't do it, the day's gonna still go anyway. It's still gonna go.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you know what time it is, man. It's the right time for you. And get up and do this. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. Do it for your future.
How did it impact your family?
Fucking devastated. I was letting people down. You know what I mean? Making promises. Like, it's horrible. But I'm lucky because I was never really down and out
You weren't on a park bench.
Nah. So I was always be able to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was not fucking. I'm meant to be a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
I'm meant to be a multi-millionaire, and I'm not.
Yet.
Not yet.
Listen, Nigel, Jumpin Jack Frost, DJ extraordinaire. Thank you so much for coming, sharing. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you,
so
Nigel.
much for having me, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take care.